Dr. Ball. Yes. Thank you so much for being here. The first thing that I would like to share is that we realize we have a huge number of individuals today, and the reason for that is because this is the last board meeting before the students get out. Now, we have a lot of recognitions, and those are very important to myself and to the board, so we didn't want to miss any. So we're going to do it a little bit differently in the sense where we're going to recognize a group of students, and then to allow for the other students and their families to come in, we're going to ask the students that were recognized if they wouldn't mind exiting, so then all the parents get to see their child be recognized. And then we also have some educators that we want to recognize, and they brought a lot of family because it's a wonderful thing. So we're just going to do it a little bit differently, and I hope you all don't mind, but this gives the opportunity for all the families to be able to see their loved one be recognized. So thank you all so much for accommodating, and I know that it's a lot of people, but this is the best part. We're here for the students. And the board is very committed to making sure we recognize our student success. And it's a great thing to have a lot of student success. So just bear with us as we go through this process. But we will start the first thing with our invocation and our pledge led by Roger Campos.
If we can please stand, if you're able. As we gather here today as members of Southwest ISD, we pray that we are ever mindful of opportunities to render our service to fellow citizens and our community, keeping in mind always the enduring values of life, exerting our efforts in those areas and on those things upon which future generations can build with confidence. May we be challenged to give our best always, and may we be assured of your presence with us. Let us continue to strive to make a better world. In your name we pray, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Now at this time, we're going to start with our first recognition. So Ms. Collier's going to lead us in those.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. First, we're going to recognize our Students of the Month. Would Audrey Funderburk please come forward? Audrey is the Student of the Month for Sun Valley Elementary. She's a remarkable and unique student known for her radiant personality and compassionate nature. She begins each day by greeting her teachers with a warm hug and a smile, setting a positive tone. She's always eager to assist her classmates. She's the first to offer help and ensures that no one is excluded during recess. Academically, Audrey excels due to her hard work and self-motivation, which makes her a standout in her classroom. Sun Valley is proud to announce her as their Student of the Month. Congratulations. Would Catherine Gonzalez please come forward? Catherine is the Student of the Month for Scobie Middle School. She's awesome at setting goals, a preview to what she'll achieve in the future as a dragon someday. She's a student who knows how to take responsibility for her schoolwork and sports activities. She knows doing well in school will help her earn scholarships as she gets ready for her future career, possibly in forensic science. Catherine mentioned that she plays multiple sports now. One goal in moving forward is to become a well-rounded player, working hard with her teammates to win Play or Team of the Year, as she saw during this past Southwest ESPYs Awards. Congratulations. Would Chelsea Santos please come forward? Chelsea is the Student of the Month for Castem High School. She's an 11th grade student who has shown remarkable growth and leadership during her time at Castem. She is currently vice president of the Love and All Club and is a member of the Book Club and Superintendent Advisory Council. She has been an excellent ambassador as she has helped with recruiting new students to her campus and helps her classmates by tutoring them. She's on track to graduate with her Level 1 certificate in logistics and was selected to participate in the prestigious Toyota internship this coming summer. After high school, Chelsea plans to enlist in the military or go to dental school. Congratulations.
Picture, you can exit and then I can let some more people come in, okay? All right.
Nice big smile. 1, 2, 3. Right there, 1 second. Hands, family, you want to take one? Don't be shy.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you. And now we'd like to recognize some very,
Who's our next?
the fine art students.
Fine arts. Do we have any, if y'all could just check, Mr. Flores, if we have any fine art parents outside? This would be the opportunity to let any fine art parents come inside. Thank you.
All right, and now we'd like to recognize some very talented artists. 3 students from Southwest Legacy not only advanced to state, but medaled at the Visual Arts Scholastic event known as VACE. This year, there were 33,000 entries in the state of Texas. 58 artworks came from our region. They received state medals. 3 of those medals were awarded to Southwest Legacy artists who received perfect ratings. Way to go. All right, first up is Junior Grace Esparza. Grace received a perfect rating of 4 and a state medal for her sculpture titled Minnie. She's a great student who is always motivated to investigate new media. She's looking forward to representing our district next year as well. Congratulations. Next up is senior Emiliano Moreno. He received a perfect rating of 4 and a state medal for his sculpture, The Cost of Greed. He is a well-rounded student who wants to pursue a BFA in sculpture. Congratulations. Then we have senior Joseph Livro. Congratulations. Joseph received a perfect rating of 4 and advanced to state on his mixed media drawing, The All-Seeing Eye. Joseph is an innovative artist who wants to study psychology after graduation. Congratulations to all these amazing students.
The parents of these wonderful individuals, will you please stand up so you can be recognized?
Right here. Big smile. 1, 2, 3. Supporters.
Yes. Yeah, cool. All right, and now to recognize some outstanding athletes. First up, Southwest Legacy's Anthony Zapata. Please come forward. Anthony wrapped up a historic season on May 3rd at the UIL 5A state track meet, where he finished off his illustrious Titan career by finishing second place with a time of 1 hour and 53 minutes and 17 seconds, earning him a silver medal. He turned around later that night and placed 4th in the mile, running a 4:13 mile. Both performances were his personal best. We are excited to watch Anthony continue his career at the University of Incarnate Word. Congratulations.
Anthony's gonna be my running buddy.
Good luck.
Kenny,
Pictures?
it wasn't an hour, it was
150, 1 minute, sorry, my bad. That's a long one, sorry.
Any family members for Anthony, if you would please stand, we want to recognize
1 minute. Let's make that clear. That was 1 minute, 53 seconds. All right, next up is Sophia Pesateri. Please come forward. Sophia from Southwest High School competed at the state powerlifting meet in Frisco. She's in the 220 weight class, and her total weight at state was 930 pounds. As a sophomore, Sophia reached her goal of reaching state. Sophia also plays softball for Southwest. Her drive during the lifting season has been instrumental in her making it to state. The future is very bright for Sophia. Congratulations. Next up is Tristan Denny. He has competed for 4 years in powerlifting, culminating with a berth at the state powerlifting meet in Abilene. Tristan has set the school record in squats at 700 pounds and a total weight of a whopping 1,530 pounds for the 242 weight class. Congratulations. Vincent Fedoric, please come forward. Vincent has competed in powerlifting for 4 years, culminating in a berth at the state powerlifting meet held again in Abilene, where he placed 16th out of 40 lifters. Vincent has set the school record in squats at 660 pounds and a total weight of 1,585 pounds in the 275 weight class. Vincent was also a member of the Dragon football team and was named to the San Antonio All-Star Game. Congratulations.
Picture, and if there's any family members for these individuals?
Are they going to be your weightlifting buddies?
She's joking, but I really have been working out every day. I'm working on it out. Nowhere in my near what you all can do, but maybe. But thank you guys very much. And again, I'm gonna make a little bit of room, so I'm gonna ask y'all to go out that way, okay? And now if we can make sure that families for, I think the soccer team is next.
Make sure
If
they
there's any soccer families, they can please make their way.
Okay.
And once again, thank y'all so much for being
Well,
so
once they start letting them out, they can start
accommodating
coming in.
to all the excellence that we
We'll call
have in
them
the district that we want to celebrate.
Yeah, I mean, just let them come in. All right.
Well, then anybody that's outside can come in.
Yeah, he's Brandon's coming to bring him to come in. Yeah. Yes, ready? All right. Well, the Southwest High School varsity boys soccer team has an impressive 76-game district win streak and has secured 6 consecutive district championships. They have advanced to the regional tournament for 2 consecutive years, making 3 appearances in the last 4 years. So congratulations to them. I'm going to call out each player right now. First up is Salvador Huerta. Please come forward. Edgar Davila. Sebastian Huerta. Jesus Angel and John Solis are not here, so I'm going to go to the next one. Oh, John is here. Jesus is not here. So next up is John Solis.
Right, John.
Okay, Samuel Palencia is not here, so I'm going to go to the next one. Valente Leon, please come forward. Thank you. Caleb Barajas is next. Brian Placencia, please come forward. Cesar. Cesar. Cesar Angel, please come forward. Keep it back. Okay, Hector Quisiatano is not here. Next up is Santiago Rangel.
In the floor and on the bottom. Congratulations.
Ramiro Flores. Ezra Scott. Santiago Delgadillo. Okay. Jonathan Huerta is not here, so we'll go to the next one. Armando Garcia.
Awesome job, sir. Congrats.
Congratulations. Javier Lilly.
Hey, can you go to the bottom? To the bottom.
Gio Huerta is not here. The next one is Luis Veria, and he's not here either. Aiden Aguirre. Do we want to name any of these guys? You are. Okay. Okay, and now I'll move on to the coaches. Head coach Juan Romero. Our assistant coaches are here. Have the assistant coaches? Okay, and our assistant coaches, Michael Ludin? Ludian. I'm sorry. Taylor's here? Okay, and assistant coach Taylor Molina. I made sure I knew the student's name. Well, while we're getting some pictures, he's going to organize for some pictures. I do want to discuss some notable individual awards. Senior Ramiro Flores was named First Team All-District, First Team All-State, and is Express News Player of the Year finalist. Senior John Solis. Senior John Solis earned District Defensive Player of the Year, First Team All-State, and a THSCA Super Elite Team spot. Sophomore Caleb Barajas was named Defensive Player of the Year, First Team All-State, and made the THSCA Super Elite Team as a sophomore. And Brian Placencia received First Team All-District and Honorable Mention All-State honors. Congratulations.
Big smile. And 1, 2, 3. Right there, don't move.
They're gonna leave these for in a minute.
If we have any parents, any family members for these wonderful young men, if you will please stand. Please stand. Unofficial, most supportive cheerleader for this team is who?
Dr. Ball.
He's a smart man.
This is truly an amazing team, and I had the pleasure of meeting this team. And one of the things that I think the team was so surprised about is I can't play soccer, pero puedo hablar español y le dije a los niños que yo soy muy orgullosa de ellos, muy orgullosa porque ustedes de veras que trabajaron muchísimo y ojalá que el próximo año todavía vamos a tener tanto éxito. Que Dios los bendiga siempre, siempre. So take some more pictures, parents, and tell them how
Bring some of the parents.
in order to help I'm gonna ask y'all to go out that way with your family so I can let you. Oh, sure, take it back. You can go back through there and then family, you can just meet them right outside, okay? Thank y'all.
Hey, one more thing, guys. Next year we go down there, we're gonna go down there and whip them, okay?
Next year, we're gonna bring back the state championship.
There we go.
All right, tonight we would like to recognize our inaugural class of emerging educators. This award is for teachers within their first 12 to 36 months in education as professional teachers. The district recognizes these individuals for their professionalism, character, and performance throughout the year. These educators have not only navigated the complexities of the classroom, but have also shown compassion and understanding towards their students. Starting a career in education comes with its fair share of challenges, and the resilience in the face of these obstacles is admirable and appreciated. At this time, I'd like to recognize our campus winners from Big Country. Angeles Leal.
Get in here, Mama. Mama, get in there.
Can you get some way for people?
Hey, you still got it. You still got
Yes,
it.
come down, come and move down, everyone, you can come on down. We're gonna make some more room, we have some people outside still, come on down, come on more down.
And there's a room right,
Come on this side.
right here.
Y'all wanna come this way? Come this side?
Come on, come on, come on. Come on in.
Is there any more back there?
Do we have any? We're good? Okay. All right, we will continue. From Bob Hope, Larissa Vasquez. Bob Hope, Larissa Vasquez. From Hidden Cove STEAM Academy, Karina Martinez. From Indian Creek Elementary, Clarissa Mancha Becerra. From Crewell School of the Arts, Faye Bach. From Meadow Creek Elementary, Chelsea Weaver. From Spicewood Park Elementary, Tina Gonzalez.
Thank you so much. You're welcome. Yeah, it's okay. Congratulations.
From Southwest Elementary, Angelina Jaramillo. Okay, she's not here, so next we'll go to Resnick Mireya Villalpando. Oh, okay. From Scobie Middle School, Paul Patina. So who is the one that- From Cast STEM, Linda Martinez. From Southwest High School, Paul Gonzalez. From Crossroads Center, Cedrica Fenton. And now for our finalists, from Elm Creek, Julia Cantu. From Sky Harbor, Isabel Gonzalez. From McAuliffe Middle School, Veronica Maldonado. From Southwest Legacy, Jake Olvera. Our district elementary emerging educator winner from Sun Valley is Megan Ferry. And the secondary emerging educator winner for the district from McNair, Irene Gates.
So this is the first time that we've done this. This is the first time that we started this award. This award is very special, not just because we started it this year, but because being an educator is truly one of the most challenging jobs. Being a first year educator, or being new to the profession, is truly a challenge. I cannot tell you how much we should really be applauding these individuals, praising these individuals, because they took on a task that currently not a lot of people want to do. When I talk to young people, they're not saying, I want to be an educator, I want to be a teacher. But these individuals stood up and took on the challenge. And that is something to be super proud of. So on behalf of myself, all the board and senior staff, we thank you for picking Southwest ISD, because I know you have a choice, and for doing the things that you do, because people are noticing the huge difference that you make. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. Token sign of our appreciation. So the campus nominees have a check for $100. The finalists have a check for $250, and our winner has a check for $500. There's a board member that constantly makes fun of me about crying a lot, and I do, and he'll give me the tissue in just a minute. But there's a mom in the audience that I can't look at because wow, seeing her makes me so emotional. But what she's expressing is right. It is such gratitude.
Hey, Dr. Ball here.
Such gratitude for the jobs that y'all do. So now, who are you representing today? Which one is your daughter?
She told me she wasn't gonna come.
She comes out from around the town. Oh, where did you come from? Oh, thank you. Emotions that you have on your face are the emotions that I feel for our educators, because I know the hard work that they put into their job each and every day. And I know that it takes a lot of time from their family. So if you are a family member or loved one for one of these wonderful individuals, will you please stand so we can say thank you for sharing your this is the time to take a few pictures.
Big smile. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, hold on, right there. Okay, your turn.
And principal, if your educator was not here, you can come and see Mona and pick up their certificate and their check so you can recognize them tomorrow. And let them know how much we love and appreciate them. So truly, this was one of the best parts of the meeting. Thank y'all so much for being here. Probably the easiest way. You can come right back this way. So thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. Thank you.
So we'll get started again at 6:37. Anybody sign up to speak, Brenda? No public comment? Okay. Move on to the consent agenda. Board members, you've had that in front of you. Do we have any questions or concerns?
I move.
Do we have?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions? No? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Thank you, board members. Let's move on to item 6, items of information.
Yes, ma'am. We have several construction updates, and Thomas is going to lead us in these, and I know he has some individuals with him.
Okay.
So, just briefly talk, Rafael Bedoya was not able to make it tonight, so I'm going to be the further representative.
Make sure you bill them consultant fee.
So, just so everybody knows, this morning we were able to pour, or I say the CGC was pouring the structural foundation slab for the new press box, and so that went very well today. They started at 2 a.m. and finished up around lunch. Structural steel has started coming in. We have the decking and the joist on site. The structural steel for the elevator shaft is supposed to be here on Monday, and then they would start erecting all of the, you'll see the elevator shaft go up first with the steel and block, and then all of the other erection will happen. And once the steel is up, then all of the other subs can really get going, and you see that. So on that second page, sorry I don't have the presentation on the screen, but that second page just kind of shows you some of that top left corner picture and the bottom right, all of those got covered today with the structural slab. So all of that is complete, and the fire line that you see in the second picture, middle right, that is the fire line that is in now. They went across the parking lot. We had to upsize that line from a 6-inch to an 8-inch due to the fire suppression system that was needed because of the elevator shaft. So that project is ongoing. We are still, as of right now, on schedule to be completed before the August 16th football game. I don't know if y'all have any questions for us. We're hoping that I know everybody wants rain, but we really kind of don't need rain on that project right now. So at least until we get the structure up and we can work inside the building. So no questions. In that picture, and he just randomly put it in there, but that bottom left picture is a picture of the scoreboard. That's the final piece to that project that Dektronics did for us. That's the video board. They're taking this, in that picture, they're taking the structure down from the stadium. They are supposed to be here on Monday to start erecting the new structure, and the scoreboard is already here in the parking lot by the Spring Sports Fieldhouse. We just need the structure to get put up so we can erect it, and then that one should be done. So that the child nutrition building is underway, going very smoothly. Everything's been demoed out. They're working on putting the new finishes back in. They're sheetrock and metal studs going up. Everything's moving forward there. So we're hoping that Winston and his office crew will be back in by the end of July is the plan, before August 1st. And then as soon as the metal building and we get our permit released for the exterior portion where we're doing the add-on of the freezer, they'll start that, and that will probably linger into around Christmas break before it's complete. So I don't know if anybody has any questions on those. So then the last item, the Marmon Mock folks are here, and one of the Joris guys, Brad James, if you all remember, but Matthew Cox and Hel Garcia, they're going to present their presentation on the design development for the new Alvarado Elementary, and then after that, we will have an action item later tonight under business and finance. So I'm going to turn it over to Hel.
Dr. Ball, esteemed members of the board, good evening, and thank you for having us here today. We're here, like Thomas said, to present the progress of the design of the Juan Alvarado Elementary School. And just to give you a little background on where we've been and how we got here to this point, we have met with staff, facilities, Ms. Veronica Wilson, to review the innovative learning interior options for the neighborhood's classrooms, library, and cafeteria, gymnasium, and courtyard, beyond what you'd already seen before. We have also met with the different departments to review the plans and get input regarding needs and preferences on systems, materials, etc. We've also met with Joris, our partner here that's CM at Risk, to review their project with us and discuss it, discuss system options, expectations for them to provide cost information and constructability feedback. We've also adjusted the plan accordingly, according to all the input that we've gotten from everybody. And we've also met with our consultants. And so our goal today here is to present to you the progress of the design and also to get approval for 100% design development. And with that, Matt's going to present the images.
Good evening, everyone. And what we'll be presenting today is quickly going over the site plan, as you saw last time, the exterior, but kind of focusing on how we've developed the innovative spaces on the interior. And this is the zoomed-in floor plan, site plan. Into the top right corner of the screen is where Legacy is, and towards the bottom left of the screen is where Resnick is located. And this is our first floor plan, and if you look at the orange box in the middle on the right side of the plan, I'm going to work my way kind of clockwise. That's our main entry at the vestibule there, your admin suite as you move down to the right, the special needs rooms, then we've got kitchen, cafeteria, music and art, and then gymnasium. And then back up to our main entry at the vestibule there, we have the library with the STEM and makerspace. And then we have the pre-K, kinder, and first grade classrooms with 3 stairs in the red. And then as we move up the second floor, we have on the far right of the screen is a view down into the library from a collaborative working space and workroom for the staff. And then we have 2nd through 5th grade classrooms. And quickly go through the exterior renderings. This is your main entry just in the center, slightly to the left, down the covered walkway. the library on the right, and then the left is your admin. And then this is kind of moving just a little bit to the right of the previous image, looking at that corner with Legacy at the library, the 2-story volume of the library. And this is a bird's eye from that previous shot, looking across the entire building and the site amenities. And then this is a view back on the towards the courtyard in the middle with the playgrounds and the classroom wing, and in the middle of the screen is your gymnasium. And then as we move into the interior, this is the perspective and the view the secure lobby at the vestibule here. And then this is a view down the corridor at the innovative spaces outside the classrooms. This is a collaborative working space for the student and teachers to introduce something outside the classroom to expand learning opportunities. This is a view in a typical classroom on a teaching wall. And this is a view looking northeast in the library at the double height volume. And this is a view looking out the STEM room towards the library. And then this is a view in the cafeteria as showing how it connects to the exterior courtyard with the theater to the left of the screen, or I'm sorry, the platform. And this is a view in the gymnasium with the interactive wall. And then this last image is a perspective of the courtyard and how we can introduce flexible seating in this amphitheater in the courtyard space. Any questions?
Board members, any questions?
That open area, is that gonna be real grass or
Be turf.
turf?
Artificial turf.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
That's all we have for
Okay.
construction.
Thank you, Thomas. Okay, monthly tax report.
Yes, ma'am, we're right about 93%. We still have a couple of months. We'll probably have a big month in July to get us to around 98, 98.5. That's where we kind of want to be at the end of the year.
Okay, thank you, Brandon. Board members, if you have any questions on the financial report, the investment report, you can get with Brandon. Same on reports. Anybody get a gift? No? Okay, enrollment report, where are we right now?
Mine just closed, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, I don't have my notebook again.
Okay.
One second. I'll get it to you. I don't know what
Okay.
happened. It is like that.
Any questions on purchases over 50,000? If not, budget update.
Yep. We have Scott that is going to present some information as we've been starting to plan for our budget. You have the PowerPoint deck of slides in front of you, and Scott is going to give you the brief information that we have.
So while he's getting ready, we're up 14,348 is our enrollment at this point. So we're up about right at 600 kids from last year.
14,348. Thank you, Brandon.
All right, well, good evening, members of the board. Dr. Ball. Tonight we'll have our beginning discussion for the 24-25 budget. Can't believe we're already there, but it's that time. So here we go. All right, tonight we're going to talk about where we're at currently, where we're going to be next year, what our enrollment projections are, talk a little compensation, and then our budget timeline. So as of May 6th, this is our current general fund budget. You can see we're collecting taxes right at what we're talking about today just now. We're spending what we thought we'd spend at this point, and we are spending a little bit more than we're taking in as we projected this year. So there we go. Moving right along to our budget assumptions. These are going to be the items that are affecting our budget. So the first four items right there all have to do with our revenue estimations. So we use those numbers to project our estimated revenue. And so the next two items are for controls for expenses, and then we have our fund balance for informational purposes. All right. So moving right along to some additional budget assumptions, we have our student-teacher ratio, which we use for our staffing. And then also tonight we'll talk a little bit more about compensation, and we're having a TASB study currently done. We should know the results of that, or at least the preliminary results of that next week. We need to discuss tonight and in the future if we want to do any type of raise and or incentive check. And I draw your attention to the additional staffing. We have some additional staffing that will be placed at the campuses this year, and as you can see, most of the staffing that we're bringing on to the district is at the campus level to help support the campus. So there we go. All right. So moving right along to the first edition of the 24-25 preliminary budget. This one right here is a base budget. It's nothing exciting. You can see that we're estimating 158.4 million. We're looking at 168 million in expenses. This budget has includes no raises. It does include the new position we talked about on the other screen. I have a placeholder of $1 million based on TASB's recommendations. Hopefully they only recommend $5, but I'll put $1 million in there for now. And with this preliminary budget, we still are in line with our board policy, CE local, that talks about having 3 months reserve fund balance. So base budget right now would be a $9.6 million deficit. So
That's not including your raises. So he's going to show you scenarios with the
yep,
raises.
this is just base budget. This is our starting point. All right, so moving on to the compensation plan discussion. We're going to go through some items just for discussion only. We're not going to make any decisions tonight. We just wanted to kind of bring some stuff to the table. But before we begin showing you the options, we just kind of want to see where we're at with the compensation. We've got the TASB study like we talked about. I have what we did last year is on the slide, so you can kind of see what we did last year, kind of compare. And then we've got all the outside factors, cost of living increases, all those things. And we're also keeping an eye on what the other districts in the area are doing, so we can make sure that we remain competitive in that area as well. So, all right.
Have any stated what you're going to do so far yet?
I did watch. There are some that start July 1st, and so Comal ISD did a 3%. So that's the only one I've seen for sure. So there's some talk about some other ones, but they haven't officially done it. So, all right. So this is your, I guess, for lack of a better term, and you guys know I love food service. So this is your menu right here, compensation plan menu. So got the 5 options on there. I'll get into more detail in the next few slides. At the bottom right is the winter incentive menu. That's not going to be part of the budget. I just have it on there. You could call it the a la carte menu, I guess. It's here for you guys to look at and add to it if we need to. All right. Here we go. Option 1. All right. Option 1 is a 1.5% increase for paraprofessionals. We would freeze the salaries for everybody else. And that option is an additional $400,000 and puts us at a $10 million deficit. So that's option 1. Option 2, same percent increase for the paraprofessionals, clerical, and then we do a step only for the teachers, nurses, librarians, and counselors, and professionals, no raise. That option costs us $940,000, so puts us at a $10.5 million deficit. The next slide shows what that salary scale would look like. And just for comparison purposes, I also put the last year's teacher salary on your desk so you can reference it. Now you're probably saying, I thought we started at 59,000. That would be correct. We did. I put it at 60 just to kind of help out with the recruiting efforts, so that we can say that we start our teachers at 60,000. So that's why this scale has that there. So, but basically this right here is we take everybody and just move them up one scale. So if you were at a 0 experience last year, you're now at 1 year experience, you'd be making the 60,200. Same thing all the way down. So that's what that one looks like. All right. Option 3, same 1.5%, $1,000 flat raise for the teachers, nurses, librarians, and counselors who are on the scale. No raise for professional staff. That's $1.5 million cost, putting us at $11 million deficit. And remember, this doesn't include any incentive checks. So that's just salary raises. This is what that teacher pay scale would look like. Again, starting at 60,000.
The steps.
Oh, sorry.
The steps, is it like a percentage or?
So the steps are basically it's an existing scale. You just move up one. So there's not you can't.
Based on years of experience.
Yeah.
So when I'm moving into year 2, I'm going to make what's lines up on year 2 on that first scale.
So-
That's basically not giving a raise, you're just getting what I would get if I moved to year 2.
Right,
But
so-
that's,
So you're
there's
gonna
not a
get
formula.
$200 more than you made last year.
Yeah.
But then, when you go from 5 to 6, it's just like $101?
Yes, so the scale is existing, so it's just, every year we just add the midpoint raise to it, so that gives you the increase. So some increases are a little bit different than others, so it's not a set increase per scale.
But what is it based on? What is the step based on?
The step is based on your years of experience.
No, I know that,
Yeah.
but why is it at 5 years, it's 61,122, and then at 1 year later, you only make $100?
Yeah, 'cause
Am I reading that right?
Yes,
Yes,
the
you're
scale
reading
is
it.
very compressed, but we normally don't give raises that way, because we usually do a percent raise, so you get more than that,
So they don't get the step raise and the percent raise?
We put it together usually, so it's, when you're moving along, we make it like, we usually do a flat rate, so if we give a raise 1,500, if you're in year 1, you're gonna make $1,500 more in year 2.
Okay.
And that's how we set the scale, but if we don't give any raise, and the scale is set where it's at right now, you would just get that bump to the next year, so.
The next year.
If we do a percent, like we normally do, then we would give, like, let's say it was $1,000 flat raise, that's what the next one is, you can see that they moved, all the scales moved $1,000. That's how it's calculated. So we normally don't do a step raise. We've never really done a step raise since I've been here. We've always done a
Okay.
percent raise
Okay,
across the board.
because the step don't make sense to me.
Well, it basically is not giving a raise. It's just
Yeah.
you're going to year 2 and you're gonna make $200 more. We didn't really give a raise because that's what you would make on year 2.
No, but what I'm saying is
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense that one, and when you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I
It
exactly
don't
what
make
you mean.
sense.
You don't make,
Okay.
there's not much of a difference between.
Well, on some of them it is. I
Yeah.
mean, some of them it's like
Correct.
$600.
Well,
and
some
then-
of them, if you remember in House Bill 3, we had to accelerate the higher end scale. So we had to give so much per experience, and that was part of the rules of House Bill 3. So you couldn't just give all, and what we've done, just to be transparent, over time, we always race to be like top 3 at the beginning
Mm-hmm.
to attract new teachers, but we really compressed the scale throughout the years of experience. And when House Bill 3 came out, they said that you need to spread it out. So we had to give a bigger raise to those with more experience than those that were newer to the profession.
Yeah.
And so that's why you'll see some discrepancies as you get through the years of experience. It starts to widen. And that really happened with House Bill
In
3.
some of the years, it
Correct.
starts to widen, but not all of the years. Okay.
Yep.
So we don't, step raise, we don't just normally do that.
Correct.
Okay.
So this would be the $1,000 increase based on the last option we just went over.
Wait, where are
So
you?
we are at
Are we at
Option 2.
this is
Option-
option 3.
3?
We're at option
We're already
three.
on option 3.
Yes.
We're moving right along.
Okay, well, I don't want to move that
Oh,
fast
sorry.
right along.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Slow down.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so option 3 is a $1,000 flat increase on the existing teacher scale. So you have your 2023 scale next to you. You just add $1,000 and it just kind of moves up the scale that way. So, and this would be the scale that we would be presenting with a $60,000 starting salary for 0-year experience.
You already lost me there. What did you say?
Oh, sorry.
You
So-
said put something next to this. What is it?
So we've
This?
got the underneath on your table, you should have a copy of the current year teacher pay scale as a reference.
I got it right here. Okay.
And so basically, we took the current teacher scale, added $1,000, and moved it up one step. So it's kind of like a.
Okay, all right. I see where we are now.
And that's what this scale would look like. All right.
Well, I don't really see where we are.
But I guess I see it in the year 0, but I don't see it in the other years.
So in starting in year 0 last year was 59,000. So that 59,000 plus 1,000 puts you at 60, and that puts you at year 1.
Right, I see that one.
And then year 1 currently is 60,200. So you add $1,000, you move up a year, so that's 61,200. So
Okay.
it just goes that.
Oh, I was looking at this one.
Oh,
Sorry.
yep, sorry.
So year 33, right now they're making $75,222, and then we're gonna pay them $75,624. That's not, am I looking wrong? It's not $1,000.
So, in this, so you take your last year, year 31,
Okay.
74,023,
Okay,
plus 1,000, which you had year 32, 75, 023. So 33 kind of goes up a year.
Well, I think so to make it clear, I would not look at the scales.
okay,
So think about, we're gonna give a teacher $1,000 raise next year.
okay.
So if they were making, I'm just gonna say 62,000. And they're going into next year, they're gonna make 63,000.
Okay,
That's
as long
kinda
as
how-
that's.
That's kinda how it works.
That's not what
Because you
this
gotta
does.
look, you can't look at the years. So you
Okay.
can't look at 31 and 31, you're gonna look at, I'm at 31, I'm gonna be at 32, it's 1,000.
Yes, okay,
That's what he's saying.
all right,
So that's kind of the easier way to look at it. And that's kind of what we've been doing, so like if we give a 3%, a 5%, it's from, at where I was at 5 years, I'm gonna get a 5% raise, but that number's gonna show up on the 6 year on the scale. So just
Okay.
think of it like that. I think that would be a little bit easier.
okay.
Okay.
All right. Now we have option 4. So with option 4, it's a traditional 2% on the midpoint. And so that cost is $2.3 million additional, bringing us to $11.8 million deficit. And so that scale would be reflected here.
It's the same scenario, it'd be a 2% wherever you are on the scale going to year, like 5 to 6. And that's what you would see the difference in that. Just to kind of talk about these, we only did up to 2% right now. There's some things that we're still working with, we're still looking at some budgets that are being impacted, we need to finish, kind of get closer to the end of the year. Our utilities went up, F&M budget's gone through the roof. I know Thomas is in here, but we've had to go to and help that budget. Our special ed budget, I don't know if you'll remember back in, I think it was November, we had to add 800,000 to that. So we have some operational pieces that we still need to really dive in and get some good data from the rest of this year. So right now, this is based on where we're at, running scenarios. If we kept pretty much almost with some fluff in it, the budget that we have this year. Not a lot of changes across, but there is some other departments we gotta meet with fine arts and athletics, because the cost of everything has gone up. So those things we still gotta work out, but we can run different scenarios if the board would like. But right now, a 2% across the board is kind of what, I don't know, Dr. Ball, if you wanna talk, I think Northeast talked about maybe just doing a 2% across.
That's what most of the school districts are
Yeah.
talking about. Every time we go to our Region 20 meeting with superintendents, that's what they're saying.
Didn't Northside say no raise, or are they wavering on the raise?
They're wavering. They're wavering.
Okay,
Yeah, they all kind of say that, and then at the end, they come in and give a reason.
yeah. So I'm gonna suggest that, we have a brown bag with only the budget.
Okay.
Because it's a lot to, be responsible for making a decision. We've gotta know exactly, like, I know it's a picture of our fund balance, but we need to sit down and look to see.
What we can do is we can, Scott and his team can project out where I will say, I think that this year's fund balance is gonna look different compared to what we've known in the past, because we went into such a deficit budget.
Yeah.
Even in this year, so we can kind of project our expenses, get an idea where we're gonna land. Also thinking about, keeping in mind that we added some stuff to some projects that are finishing up too. So we'll separate that out, so we'll say this was fund balance for projects, and this is fund balance for operational, give you that picture, and so that, obviously, y'all can make some informed decisions on where we're gonna go with compensation.
And when is that TASB study coming out?
TASB study, we're actually meeting next Tuesday as a senior staff and kind of get an idea.
So is that gonna impact, or you already have
This
that
could, this
1,000?
stuff, we put 1,000 in there, or 1,000,000, Scott did?
Yeah, $1 million.
Yeah.
So it's just to placeholder.
Just a
Okay.
placeholder, like for some positions that need to be moved because of the market. And we take those recommendations, and then we sit as a senior staff, and then we would bring those to you if we really feel like we're out of the market, like in positions. And that's what TASB really does for us.
I'd
Okay.
rather have a brown bag budget too, because
Yeah,
it's
and then
more-
also, I want a little more I don't want to be like, y'all figure out all the TASB stuff, and then you come and present it to us. I kind of would like to be more in the,
Okay.
like, so that when it's presented to us, we have a little bit more knowledge of how you came to that, you know what I mean? And
Okay.
so we can make a better decision. Because obviously we want to take care of our staff, but also we have to be fiscally sound. And so all these red numbers are bothering me.
Furnished off of ESSER, so if we did it, it would come out of.
There would be a lot of fun about, so I will say this year's ESSER, the one in December was about 3.5 million, that came out of ESSER. We're doing another one here in June, because we gave a spring one as well, it's 1,000, it's a little bit less, but half of it's coming out of ESSER, and that's the last of our ESSER funds, and the rest of it's gonna come out of fund balance. So we will be bringing an item next month to get the money from fund balance, because we didn't budget it, because we weren't prepared for it till like we know what the actual cost is gonna cost us, what we had left in ESSER. So we know
Yeah.
now what's left in ESSER, so that we could meet the rest of it with fund balance.
Right.
That's what
And-
I'm saying for next year though, if we,
Yeah.
to this budget, the incentive wouldn't be from outside funds, it would be funded through us.
Right.
So
And,
that's,
yeah,
So
so
we would like to use the strategy that, because I think the staff really like the incentive at Christmas time to offset, possibly, let's say we do $1,000 raise across the board, or 2%, and it equals 1,000 for everyone, and then maybe another 1,000, and so it's 2,000 more next year for them. But we're just gonna have to be mindful as we start getting into this budget. We really need to see where we land fund balance wise, and at the end of this year with the expenditures, because things that we add to the budget only compound. And if we're growing, fortunately, revenues, I think we're seeing a green light on that because of our enrollment, because of our 88. We just need to see how we land this year and see what the real impact is, so we can help y'all make decisions and make recommendations from our staff.
right. And can we somehow, I know we send out surveys every other day, but can we somehow get a feeling of the staff, the employees, how they feel on raise versus incentive?
Yeah.
That way we're not just making a decision based on what we think. That way we know, because basically we can say, okay, we can give $2,500 incentive, or whatever we decide. It's not an ongoing cost, right? We don't have to match it next year again. But if we give only $1,000 raise, of course, that's, again, we have to keep doing builds every year. But they may prefer, I'd rather have $2,000 one time than, you know what I mean? That way we're not deciding that for them. Get an idea of what they want.
And I just want to add too that people all over the state, districts all over the state are passing or having deficit budgets.
Oh, yeah.
It's very common everywhere right now.
Correct.
Yeah.
And we are a year and a half away from legislation even meeting again to discuss budget, so we don't really have, our safety net's gone, like ESSER was our safety net through COVID. Personally, I think it's been strategic at the state level. They talked about our fund balances. I know that we were proud of ours, but I know, remember, we talked back in the past that once we come out of COVID, we put money in the fund balance, but we need to be ready for this, because there is a little bit of a windfall here for us, district, until the state does recognize and step up and get with legislation. But we have to be prepared to weather this storm, and I think we have a strong fund balance for that. But we're just, last year we gave a big raise, and we probably need, I want to remind the board that we did like a 6%, I believe.
6% and a 5% for
5% for professionals and
Right.
6% for auxiliary, so it's the biggest raise we ever give. We gave out $2,500 in incentives this year, and we understand what the world is though too, so. yeah.
Right, and it's good to have, and Mr. Frazier always said it's good to have a really healthy fund balance. But if you keep having that huge fund balance, then the state's gonna say, oh, you don't even need
Correct.
that money. You got the fund balance. So we don't wanna spend the fund balance on frivolous things, but, I think we already have trouble getting teachers. We're gonna have to at least make a big effort to show how much we appreciate them.
So I don't know if you're finished, but I guess what we can do is we can circle back, and then at the brown bag, we'll have a bigger picture and get more in the weeds and details.
Yeah,
And
like-
At the same time, we'll have the TASB study, and maybe we talk to Dr. Ball on how we want to present that, and maybe have them
Sounds
come
good.
and present that.
Right, that's perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Scott.
Then we have Mr. Gonzalez with the scholarship update.
And Ms. Aragon is going to be passing out the slides, but good evening, board and senior staff. And we'll be bringing you, as Dr. Ball just mentioned, just a Southwest ISD Scholarship Committee update on the Southwest ISD Scholarship for 2023-2024. Yes. That's it. Okay. And so we have just so you know, there's on the slide deck, there is an electronic link to the bylaws and the listing and all, but we won't go through the whole bylaws as that'll be several pages. But really what the focus tonight will be is on the available funds. So we started the 2023-2024 funds available for the scholarship were at $208,000. From there, we utilize for the self-reporting scholarship, which we award 5 students at Cass, 10 at Legacy, and 10 at Southwest High School at $500 each. So for a total of $12,500 that is taken from that total at the top. Along with the Toyota car giveaway, the Texas Title and License, which is $1,750 for each at a total of $3,500. So we have available for Southwest ISD scholarship to be awarded at this year for 2023-2024 was at $192,000. So from there, just to give you a rundown as far as the CASTEM High School, we awarded 17 scholarships for CASTEM High School, 67 for Legacy, and 105 at Southwest High School. And so that all of them are awarded at $1,015 per student. And you can see that those are the totals that are per campus. So this, of course, it's the same amount per student. And that is just a quick recap of this year's 2023-2024 scholarship.
Can you remind me what the change was for the scholarship giveaway? I know there was a change recent, a couple of years ago.
It was a couple of years ago, yes. We used to get the total amount of awardees or students that were, and then depending on, we actually, there was a scale or a rating of essays, and so it became one of those that, okay, depending on the rating, they would earn X amount of money, and then others would earn less depending on that rating. So several years ago, we decided let's do an even amount. We felt that the committee felt that that was where we would get more students to get. Some of them were getting very minimal amounts at the end, and so we wanted to be to where we could give as much money as possible for most of the students or all of the students that would qualify. And so that's why we upped it to do, as a committee, to do the same amount. About 4 years ago we did.
And this is based on how many applied?
Yes, all those, well, and of course, more than that for each campus applied, but then based on the criteria that we have. One of the things, and that was part of the committee discussion, was some of the situations that did not qualify most students was the attendance. Attendance was one of the bigger ones. And of course, we're still kind of catching up with attendance with the COVID and all that, and so that was, we realized that was it.
So as long as you met the criteria, you got the scholarship?
Yes, if you, yes.
What is the attendance criteria?
95%, 11th and 12th grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just couldn't remember.
Yeah, no, of course, no, well, that's a lot to remember, and good questions. Any
Okay.
other questions?
Board members, you have any other questions? No, okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then we have graduation update.
Yes, we'll go with Legacies first, and then we'll have Southwest High School, and then Cass.
Are we approving this or we're not?
No, it's item of information.
Oh, because it says that the board approves.
Is it a moving thing, Brandon? It's listed in my information section.
Okay, well, this is gonna come back.
Where do you see that?
Good evening. We're going to be providing, oh, I'm sorry.
Hang on one sec, Silly.
I don't know if we're gonna.
Yeah,
come
it says
back.
consider approval of
Are we gonna
scholarship
come back to CNI
recommendation.
for that?
No, it's just item information. It
Oh.
should be-
So this is wrong?
It just doesn't
Yes.
say item
Okay.
of information.
Yes,
It
it
has-
should say item information.
Okay.
Scholarship?
Mhm.
I'll get some scholarship.
No, after the scholarship, then the graduation.
Yeah. It says that the board approves the district scholarship committee recommendation. Page 84.
It should have just.
So that was just.
Item number, okay, all right. Thank you, Flo.
Good evening. The high schools will be providing an update for cohort 2024 and some data. At this time, I do want to highlight 43 students that will be receiving an associate's degree or a level 1 certificate at Palo Alto graduation tomorrow. So they'll be receiving this acknowledgement before their high school graduation. So congratulations to our 43 students who will be at the Palo Alto graduation tomorrow from 4 to 6.
Celine, do you know the breakdown of for how many from each high school? Of the 43?
Yes, definitely. The 17 are the level 1 certificates, and those are all coming from Cass STEM.
Okay.
And right now, the associate degrees, it's a breakup from Southwest High School and Cass STEM.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Denise Hernandez Gonzalez. I'm here representing Ms. Freeman, who is at our court ceremony today for Legacy High School. So our ceremony will be at 9:30 a.m. at the Alamo Dome. Total Southwest Legacy graduates are at 466. Our financial aid, we're at 63% and counting. We're at 3,205,689. Our 2-year college applications that have been completed, we're at 457, so we are very close. Our 4-year applications that have been completed are at 370. We have the male students applying for post-secondary. We have 2-year are 218, and the 4-year are 46 students. Below is a sample of the Southwest Legacy Commencement program, and so each of our high schools has their own specific program. First timer here, sorry.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I didn't read it,
Switching
but
it,
is the
okay.
clear bag policy on there? Did you see it?
Very good.
I'm sure it's in play though.
Okay.
Roger, yeah.
Yeah, there's no way I can see it, but
The clear bag policy, is that still in play, Luis?
Clear back and
The Alamo Dome, yes.
but I can't see it very well.
We'll make sure that we announce that because it is still in place at the Alamo.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, and those are the FAQs for that, and so parents will be able to see this, and this question, yes, so one of them is safety policies, parking, what do we wear, what time do we arrive, et cetera, and so those are the FAQs for parents and families to see and be aware of before the ceremony.
All right. Good evening, everybody. So Southwest High School's graduation will be at 2 p.m. on June 2nd at the Alamo Dome. We will follow Legacy. All right. So our class right now is at 472. We do have 326 applications done of FAFSA. We're at 69%. We're inching closer, still working on that number. We're at a little over 5 million in scholarships at this point. 370 2-year apps, 110 4-year apps, and then of those, when you look at male students, for the 2-year, they make up 168 of those, and for the 4-year, 51, so about half. And there is our commencement program cover. And I believe that is it for our information.
And Mona has 20/20 vision, so she said that it is on there for the.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Good evening. So Cass STEM graduation will be May 30th at Southwest High School Auditorium at 6 p.m. We have 65 graduates this year. We are at 89% for our FAFSA and TASFA, and just like the other 2 high schools, continuing to work on getting those last few in. Right now, we're at 419,655 in scholarships, 2-year college apps that are complete, 45, and 22 4-year university apps. Of the male students who are applying, 28 of those are for 2-year and 13 for 4-year.
Why are we highlighting, just out of curiosity, the male? What is that for?
Last year, they were highlighting because traditionally, or not traditionally, but over the male population for post-secondary has been low at the district as well. And so this year, we're highlighting that so that we can target that area and increase that. That is our hope and our goal, and that's one of the reasons. So we received some data from an outside source a year ago, and we noticed that there was a 14% difference between males and females. And so that is one of the reasons why we.
Okay. So y'all are actively working on?
Yes, ma'am.
What are you doing? Just.
We're doing, every time that we have an event or we have anything, then we target some of the students and then we do a follow-up and follow through with those male students. We're making connections also with like Palo Alto, and Palo Alto has PAC Men, what they call. And so it's an organization or a group that focuses on that, on them. And so past that, those are of our students that attend there, we want to connect them with that so that they also, because one of the data things that we found also was that the persistence as far as they may get there, but they're not continuing and finishing. And so we want them to connect them with that and hopefully push them to where they can complete at least their 2 year.
Thank you.
And then we also have an FAQ, no, you're good, Roger. An FAQ for our graduation at Southwest High School. Any questions? Thank you.
Okay, intruder detection audit.
We would like to move that to closed session.
Okay, we'll be moving that. Okay, moving on to.
Public statement?
Oh.
He has to read something and then.
Okay.
Good evening, everybody. One of the top priorities of our district is making sure that we're keeping all of our students, staff, and visitors safe every day. Texas Education Agency recently conducted intruder detection audits at several of our campuses. These audits test whether a campus is accessible to an unauthorized individual and also helps the district identify gaps in areas that we can improve on for safety and security. We acknowledge that parents and community members are likely very interested in the details of the audit results. However, it is in the best interest of our students and staff that we do not share this information to the broader public, as it could lead to compromising security information. Specific details of the intruder detection audits will be discussed in the executive session and with the District Safety and Security Committee in our June meeting. Southwest ISD is committed to providing a safe and secure learning environment for our students and staff.
Thank you, Mark. Administration and Human Resources, consider approval of the 23-24 application for low attendance days waiver.
Yes, ma'am. The state is letting us file a waiver for the day that we have the eclipse. So we just need the board to approve that. So most school districts have a very low attendance day, so that would help us to have that waiver. So we're seeking the board's approval for that.
I'll second.
Thank you. We got a motion and a second. Any questions? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
And opposed, no? Thank you. Consider approval of an amendment to the CASTEM 2024-2025 school calendar.
Yes, so CAST is now at Palo Alto, and we want to mirror those days. So we wanted to align the calendar for Palo Alto and CAST. So that is an amendment that they would not be following the same calendar that Southwest ISD is following.
How different is it, just out of curiosity?
Sure. Mr. Hernandez, would you like to share some of those differences?
Yes, ma'am. So after living there for a year, the administration discovered that they needed to add a couple of flex days for the employees, increase number of days for others because of feeding the kiddos. And most importantly, request for a half a day for the Pack Fest event, because we realized that they serve alcohol at that event, and we wanted to make sure that our kiddos were home safe when that started. So for that reason, we're asking for the approval of the new calendar.
Okay. And that doesn't interfere with any of our logistics bus, okay,
They
all
will
right.
meet all required minutes.
Okay. Board members?
I move.
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Thank you. Business and Finance. Consider approval of Alvarado Elementary Design Development drawings.
That is what was presented. to y'all. I think everybody saw it's a beautiful building, and we'd like to ask the board to approve those drawings.
I move.
A second.
Okay. Any questions? No? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no? That's exciting. Okay. Consider.
We'll be working on information for the groundbreaking.
Yes.
Thomas knows that we want to do that. Brenda and I have talked about it numerous times, so we just need a little bit more time, but
Awesome.
we'll get that finalized.
Okay. Consider award of RFP 2223-125, transportation supplies, equipment, and services.
Hello, Board, Dr. Ball, senior staff. We've never had a transportation RFP or bid. So Texas Education Code 44.031 requires if we spend over $50,000 over a 12-month period with a vendor, they have to be what's considered competitively procured. Competitive procurement requires a vendor to be either on a cooperative, an interlocal agreement, or we have to go out for bid. So in response to that, to make sure transportation is being compliant, we issued out a bid to do the supplies, equipment, services to help properly procure primarily our local smaller companies. A lot of the bigger companies, we have them on a national cooperative or a state cooperative. So we went out, we solicited, we did receive some proposals. And so we accepted proposals from all different companies of transportation, doesn't matter their location or size. The district staff is asking that we could approve the award of RFP 2223-125 for transportation supplies, equipment, and services to the 12 vendors that have submitted proposals, but also give us the option to be able to add vendors on a monthly basis all the way through the expiration of the bid, which is August 31st of 2028.
Okay.
Is there any questions about the?
Board members, no? If not, I need a motion.
I'll second.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no? Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, Jason. Curriculum and instruction, consider. Oh, we did?
The portables?
I don't see it on my calendar.
Oh, that's right. Yes, sorry, I printed the right, yes, you're right.
Okay. Consider approval of the 2024-2025 secondary new courses.
We are adding some new courses that will be added to our secondary catalog. Cindy will be presenting that.
Yes, so good evening. After staffing, we had some unique opportunities at the high school to add some new opportunities for our CTE students. So we wanted to ask approval for these courses. One of the first opportunities that was presented to our high school was going ahead and adding an HVAC and sheet metal program of study to Southwest Legacy. And so this will expose our students to repairing and just looking at the different air conditioning and heating units that are available. And so this is something that we do have new courses that have never been offered here in the district, so we are asking approval for these courses. Also at Southwest Legacy, a couple of years ago, the board approved the health science program of study and new courses. And so right now they have the ECG technician as their IBC. And so we're looking to add the emergency medical technician IBC to Southwest Legacy, and that would require new courses to be offered. And then our last new addition would be drones, the unmanned vehicle. And so currently our aviation program is under aviation maintenance, and so we would still be building a second plane, but in addition, we would be looking at a drone pilot license. And so we're looking closely to industry and aligning what we have. And so the drone program of study is the one that's more closely aligned. So this will be added to Southwest High School with your approval. The other items have to do with a couple of courses that our IHE partners updated with crosswalks. So now we're updating our courses with our IHE to make sure we are aligned. So you'll see cybersecurity and then also animation. In addition, we've had some new enrollees come in that are requiring ELDA 2. So in their transcript, they do have credit for ELDA 1. So next year, we would need ELDA 2 to continue to provide that linguistic support for our newly arrived emergent bilingual students. So these are the courses.
What is ELDA? I'm sorry, ELDA?
It's our English Language Development and Acquisition. So like we have ESOL, they'll be taking this course in addition to like English 1 or English 2.
Okay.
So tonight I am asking approval for these new courses.
Second.
Okay, we have a first and a second. Can I ask, did we find a teacher to do the
Yes,
airplane
the
thing?
plane, yes.
Awesome, okay.
Yes, we did.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no? Okay, thank you so much, Celine.
Thank you.
Okay, Dr. Ball, we have one more thing, right?
Just to recap a little bit on the special dates that we have
Okay.
coming up. So we just have a lot of activities still continue to happen. Tomorrow, I will be representing the district. Of course, anybody's invited, but I'll be representing the district at the Palo Alto graduation. They do allow the superintendent to sit up stage and
Awesome.
participate. But of course, if anybody wants to attend, just let me know and I'll make some special arrangements.
Okay. I have one more thing. I would like to thank Chief Palomo, because we had those 3 accidents there at Kinney and Pearsall within the span of 2 weeks, I think it was. Luckily, no fatalities, but he was able to really step up, and I'm not sure all the networking, but we have all the brush cut over there and new stop signs with lights that flash. So thank you, Chief, for getting that done for us. I really think that it's potentially, I mean, it had the potential for somebody to be killed there. So at least we've been proactive trying to get that done. Thank you, Chief. Okay. Yes.
I know you have a lot of stuff today, but this one's really important. This is your parking pass.
Oh, okay.
So please don't lose this one.
All right. Okay.
So they can recognize you right away.
All righty. Okay. So as permitted by sections 551.001-551.146 of the Texas Government Code, we will go into closed session at 7:30.
Okay, you're good.
We're gonna go back into session at 8:37, and we're going to, which item? Oh, superintendent's recommendation on personnel.
I move that we approve the superintendent's recommendation on personnel.
Second.
Okay.
Abstain my vote.
Okay. Mr. Diaz is abstaining from the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Thank you. Motion carries. Dr. Ball, do we have anything else?
Yes, I'd like to congratulate the new principal for Meadow Creek, Mark Sonnen. Congratulations. And then also, I'd like to congratulate the Sky Harbor principal, Denise Hernandez Gonzalez. Congratulations.
Okay, is that it? All right, this meeting will be adjourned at 8:38.